Hey guys, it's Luca from Learning MTG, and this is a video that I'm kind of excited to make. I've been excited to make this video. Not really sure how people will react to it, but just please don't show this to my parents. Okay, so today's video is why I drive Grubhub with a Stanford degree. So I think I think this raises a lot of eyebrows for people when I tell them I drive Grubhub. And I think part of it's like because I have like a decent academic background. I have like my undergrad and my master's. Um, and to that, I would say I drive Grubhub because it pays a lot. And you might say, wait, Luca, that's not possible. Grubhub can't pay a lot. And yeah, you're right. If you just measure it on like a dollar per hour basis, it doesn't pay a lot, right? Although you might be surprised actually. For example, during peak hours, like on holidays or if it's like really busy, like during dinner or something, I can make $30 an hour, and that's included, taking out all the cost of gas and wear and tear to my car and stuff. So people might actually be surprised how much you can make doing Grubhub. But I think really when I say it pays a lot, I have a different meaning for pays a lot, right? So I'm not just talking about the 20, 25, $30 an hour. I'm talking about that relative to two different things. So let me start talking about the first thing. First, I think when you're thinking about how well something pays, you need to think about it relative to your living expenses. So, if you can live off 30 grand a year, which is about what I can live off of, making $30 an hour, I think, is equivalent to making $100 an hour if your living expenses are 100 grand a year. And that just means, basically, one of the calculations I like to make is, okay, how much does it cost me to live every day? I think for me, it's like $80 a day covers all my expenses. And so on a bad day, I can make that in 4 hours of Grubhub. So I have to just drive around 4 hours a day, can do it whenever I want, can turn the app on and off whenever I want. No boss, no hours. I can do 8 hours one day, 0 hours the next day, so on and so forth. And I cover all my living expenses. I think that's pretty awesome. Um, no boss. I don't have to get dressed. That's another thing. I have like the sweatpants rule, which is like if I have to take off my sweatpants and wear like real clothes, then I got to get paid a premium to do that job. So like all the jobs I do right now, I can get paid in my sweatpants, which are like investing, buying and selling magic cards. I do online math tutoring, and I drive Grubhub. But yeah, I think really, to me, it pays a whole lot, and the reason I think it pays a whole lot is because it pays a lot relative to what it costs me to live. Um, I think wealth is more than just how much money is in your bank account. I think for me, like the way that I measure wealth is more like how much money do I have in savings relative to my cost of living? Or in other words, if you think of like your cost of living on a yearly basis, how many years can I go without getting any income from any source, right? And if you can get that up to like 10 times, if you have 10 times the savings in your savings account or in your investments or whatever other forms of savings you have relative to your cost of living, you can live off of interest. And that's when you are really a free bird and you can do whatever you want when your interest off of what you have saved pays for all your living expenses. And that's really my goal. I'm trying to get there as fast as possible. Not just as fast as possible. I guess that brings me to the next kind of topic is, to me, it pays a lot because I also measure the dollars per hour relative to how does the work make me feel? Is it effortless? Does it not feel like work at all? Does it stress me out? Do I feel like after I've done this work, I need to like eat a tub of ice cream or watch a movie or play a video game just to like de-stress? That's huge. Um, I think in the past I've focused way too much on I just got to do whatever makes me the most money per hour. That's what matters. And I haven't really thought about, does this work stress me out? Do I really enjoy this work? Actually, ironically, one of the things I would do when I was stressed out is I would go for a drive and I would drive around. and listen to music and look at the scenery. And now I get paid to do that in a sense, which is, it's great. I think we all have different constitutions. I heard Jim Rohn talk about this in one of his speeches, and he talked about, different people have different constitutions. There's some people that can go work in a field all day, which I am extremely impressed. I actually did that for a while. A couple of years ago, I was out doing like farm work in the field. That's really tough. I can't do that. Some people can just grind numbers all day, maybe like an accountant or like an actuary or something. I cannot do that. For some people, tutoring people is very difficult and very stressful. For me, I love tutoring people. For some people, driving is stressful. I love driving. When I finished school at Stanford, I drove back straight 4 days, drove 12 hours a day, and those are like, I, I love that. Those are like the 4 best days of my life almost. Like, I just love driving for whatever reason. So I think you have to take how much you're getting paid per hour, and you have to measure it relative to how does that work make you feel. I think if you can find something that's kind of like effortless, doesn't feel like work, and it pays you enough so that with 4, 5, 6 hours of work a day, you're all set. You can have all your living expenses taken care of. I think you should just go for that. Um, one of the things, I realized, I was talking to my parents about this, is like, I'm the type of person who's super hyper focused, and if I found something I love, I can do it 15 hours a day. Like, when I was younger, I would just play like World of Warcraft all the time or Magic all the time. Whatever I was doing, I was super focused, and you couldn't take me away from it. Like, I wanted to do it all day. And so I think if you have that kind of personality, finding work that even pays you $10 an hour that you're so passionate and excited about, I think it's totally worth it. In my opinion, and that probably doesn't jive with a lot of people's opinions. So yeah, that's basically it. I think when you're thinking about work and how much it pays, I think you should measure it relative to your cost of living and measure it relative to how enjoyable it is, which is probably common sense, but I think it's overlooked a lot in our society. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.